Okay, guys, I'm trying to upload the part 2 of making the tea. So I'm going to go ahead and do part 3 since it's time for my tea to come off. While I've been off, all I've been doing is getting my drying pan ready. I've just laid some big leaves, little leaves, anything that I feel to dry. I've picked the cleanest. You can rinse them, but once you dry your leaves and you put them in a jar for storage and stuff, you always strain this really good. So it don't really matter as long as there's not no bugs on it. It don't matter about like grit and sand and all that. You don't really want to get it too wet, but you can rinse it and then towel pat dry really quick. You don't want it soaking. But I'm going to get several pans ready to put in the vehicle. If I run my oven at low temperature, I'll put these in. If not, that's fine because the vehicle, and I'm just using a cookie sheet. You can use aluminum foil, whatever you want to with that. But while part 2 is trying to upload, I don't know what's the matter with it. I'm just going to take it off. It's nice and green. I don't know if you'll be able to see it because the light is doing something funky. Anyways, you can't see it. But I'm just going to, I've got my coffee filter in there. You can use 2. 1 is plenty. This filter is really good. Got my rubber bands around it, and I'm just going to strain it through. And I'm going to take my fork, and I'm going to get the leaves out. Now, since it's all went through, you don't want to mash it or anything because it will rip. But I'm just going to squeeze it out a little bit. And that's it. We have our tea. It's green. Doesn't really have a smell to it. And you're just going to mix honey with it. It's actually cool enough to drink right now. It's really bitter, so I'm not going to drink this right now. But I'm going to take a little bit out and let Logan try it because he has been killing me. Anytime that we do something, he is a foodie. He is 100% foodie. He will try to eat anything that I'm not even going to say won't eat him, because if he could get to it first, even though it has a chance of eating him, he'll try to eat it. So I'm not going to say that, but I'm going to take a little bit out and let him try it because he's been dying to. And then I'll mix it a little bit for him to try. But once this is completely cooled, you can put it into a jar. I use mason jars. I'm a mason jar hoarder. So I'm going to put it in a jar. Probably a jelly jar, and I'm just going to stick it in the fridge. I'm going to write a date on it, that way I know. But anytime, once my dried leaves are done and I store them, and I need a cup of tea or want a big batch to last 3 months or whatever, I will use it, my dry leaves. So I don't want to make too much and let it run. So that's what we're going to do. I just wanted to show you because I'm trying to get part 2 uploaded and then had to be ready for this part 3. The oil I was talking about in part 1, I will make whenever the flowers bloom and stuff. The dried leaves, I want to touch base on them just a little bit. Dry leaves, once they're dried, I will take some out and grind it and store it in a Ziploc bag just for the purpose of mixing water with a spoonful of lighter for joints or anything, and you just grind that up and mix a little bit of water with it and apply directly on your joints or your sores like staph, any kind of bacterial infections on your skin. Or you can do just a dried leaf. Just put it in a little bit of water, boil it, and apply it. You just apply the whole leaf. That makes it easier to wrap, like if your ankle's hurting or your foot, or maybe you have those heel spurs in your foot or something and you want to do that. So you can do that. I was trying to think if there's anything else I want to touch base on. Hemorrhoids. It's the same thing. You can use the leaf or the powder that you mix up later, anytime you need it. Respiratory thing, a lot of the older people smoke the leaves, the dried leaves. Once they're smoked, you can roll up the leaf itself, smoke it, or you can put it in anything that you can smoke out of. Marijuana pipe, the old corncob pipes, we have several of those, and smoke it. Or you can throw it onto a fire and just inhale the smoke. They say, now I've not tried it, but that's how they always done it back then. And they say that just inhaling it and smoking it and stuff does not affect your lungs or anything. It actually breaks the mucus up and clears them and cleans them and gets it out. I don't know. I've not been desperate enough to try smoking mullein. But I can see that coming soon. I think that's about it. So if you want to know anything else, or you want me to do a video on something, I do a lot of crazy stuff. I'm old soul. That's just how I am. Grandma taught me a lot. We're getting ready to go pick dandelions to fry for supper tonight. So anything else you want to know, just shoot me a message. I might do random videos. This is my first time ever. So right now, this is the end of part 3, and we're done with mullein.